Hi guys, Andragon with you. So today I would like to show you how a lazy Terran can beat two elite Zergs. This game was played today and I decided that Lost Temple would be a nice map because I know it from StarCraft2 and I played it a lot. So let's see some units, and as you can see, as I was really lazy, this game took some time. But let's see everyone. And I'll make a speed up for this. So at start there's nothing going on. As I told you, I was planning to play a lazy game, so I thought something like an expansion would be suitable for that. And of course I needed to be prepared for the early attack. I didn't know what build will they go because I decided that random computer would be more fair. And as you can see, I'm not trying to cheese them with a early Banshee or something like that. So just basic economy and engineering bay. Why engineering bay? Because I decided that a command center with planetary fortress would be enough to hold them for some time. And of course, against air units, I would like some marines to be there. Nothing special here. As you can see, I have just economy, and the limit is twice less than Zerg's limit. This guy probably will attack me fast. Yeah. So, as you can see, they have nothing against air, and if I had a Banshee, it would be really painful for them, but I didn't plan to do so, and I just tried to make like some kind of protection build. As you can see, I have an upgrade for the length, and now I'm getting armor. Some siege tanks would help me, and I think that my economy is okay. So 2 bases already, and Zerg has 2 bases too. Their build is nearly identical, but as you can see, some little differences can be seen here. So I have nearly no army, but I'm in a good position, so I try to just positionally win this fight, and I'm ready for some kind of drops with missile turret. Because if an overlord flies around, then they might see my siege tank and make some damage to it. Starports will help me. I know that I will need a Banshee because it makes some kind of push for the economy of my opponent. But as you can see, it's not an early Banshee anyway, and already 7 minutes. I have an expansion. It's not an aggressive build. And Zergs are planning to just grow economically all around the map. So I decided to make some kind of harass and check what's going on here. I see these 2 bases, and then I decide that, well, if someone goes out, then I'll need to kill it. Zergs are planning to attack. As you can see, their armies are okay.
Add-on complete.
But I know enough for now. So I've got another Banshee and a couple of Liberators to help me stop the Zerg. This Banshee had probably many kills there. As you can see, I have already 10 kills. One Zerg decided to attack. As you can see, it was a really bad idea. And another Zerg was forced to protect his expansion. Unfortunately, he was late, and so I have, 20 plus kills with one Banshee. So here's the second army. I see it and I retreat immediately, but I am planning to scout. So at this point we can see that they have these 2 bases. Probably this whole location belongs to them too, And my task will be to plant the third base in order not to get low in resources. Okay, let's go to everyone again. As you can see, I am not so ahead in limits. One Zerg attacked me and he feels bad. Another is planning to attack, he is a bit better. And while I have not a big army, as you can see, but my positioning and my protection is well built, and so this is some kind of deadly place to attack. They don't know what to do, and so they decided to collect some more army and go on economy. As you can see, they have 67 and 64 workers, while I have 145. And let's see another attempt to attack me here. It wasn't really successful, as you can see. This overseer found my units, but he had to back out because Thor tried to destroy it. And as you can see, everything which enters this edge dies. So they attack together, and no banelings could go to my bunkers. After huge destruction, they decided to retreat. As you can see, I didn't attack at all. The only thing I did was a couple of benches around. And this one has 10 kills. The first, I guess, is already dead. My APM is not really huge, so as you can see, the computers are insane, and I am like lazy, as I told you before. So now I have some kind of huge amount of resources. Zergs try to get back their armies, and nearly every base belongs to them, except of this one. So I needed to do something with it, and I decided to make some kind of harassment. But again, it's not an early banshee, and it's just a way to make them move. This base theoretically had to belong to me, so I wasn't happy about seeing Zergs there. But the only thing I could do is send some units and try to harass this base. Because as you can see, I have 120 limit, while one Zerg has 160 and another 150. Of course, if I just go out and try to do something, I will probably die now. So, as you can see, my APM is, well, not so big. I'm just making some auto turrets, and it's enough to destroy the entire base of the Zerg. Well, to kill all his workers at least. Of course, they tried to protect this base, but Banshee was here, and well, they could do nearly nothing. This heroic Banshee with 20 kills. As you can see the minimap, I just made my trash. We have 15 kills with Ravens and 20 kills with a Banshee. So I decided that this might work, and I'd like to show my protection for a bit more. So we have 4 Liberators. 2 of them will go and harass this base, I guess. And meanwhile, we have a huge amount of Zerg approaching to my base. And now they have Vipers. It's really bad, because my siege tanks and Thors are harmful. But with Vipers, everything changes, as you can see. So I had to back all my Liberators to this point, and now this place gets really deadly. They don't have enough space to go, and every single unit comes here and dies. Unfortunately, these Vipers were really effective, because they took several my Thors, several my tanks, and now my defense is not as great as it was. As you can see, only 3 Liberators survived, and I lost 2 Thors and maybe even 3. So Vipers are really effective against Terran players who plan to turtle or something like that. And another thing is, of course, Ravagers. I couldn't focus all of them, and I failed to see this mimicry. But all I needed to know is that I can protect, and I have an expansion. So as you can see here, I'm making a new base, and let's go to armies again. So 52 workers, 75 and 70. Of course, I had low economy, but now one Zerg has nearly limit, another Zerg has almost limit. So 190, 190, and I still have a problem because I have only 134. As you can see, I couldn't win at this point anyway, so I decided just to use the map because I know it well, and this position is really good for my siege tanks. But before I could go there, I needed to do something with the air of my enemy. So some huge armies from both Zergs, but they can't go through because this place is too thin for them. And what I'm planning to do is to go here and attack them from the top. So the first thing I did is scouting what they have here. Then I tried to kill one unit successfully. And when I see that all their army is here, well, both their armies are here, then I went just to harass something here, and another huge attack from Zerg. Now it was even more interesting because they had overlords to make my tours busy, and another fail from the Zerg. I lost some units, but I have enough siege tanks, as you can see, and enough liberators. My tours usually die, but it doesn't matter, they are important against air units. And at this point I decided to build some more air units, because as you can see, I feel like blocked. So both Zergs have the entire map, I have only 3 bases, and theoretically I feel really bad, but it's only theory, because in fact their limits is constantly growing and they are trying to attack me, and they lose many units. Let's see the units lost, and as you can see I lost 30 units and they lost over 400 units. A really effective trade for me. Let's go to income. So currently my income is not very high, but in fact I don't need that, because all I need is good positioning and some harassment. Then I decided to get more workers here. It's my last base. I know that if I go out I'll probably die, as well as this one. Vipers do their work perfectly, and I'm still blocked. But they can't go with all their air because I have a couple of doors and they have many turrets here. So it would be like a suicide. All they can do is making me some kind of harassment, taking out my units one by one, and trying to push some kind of that. So at this point I'm finally ahead against one Zerg and a little behind with another Zerg. I need to do something at this point. So my decision was just, well, okay, I have a base and they can't defeat it. So I'll probably need to get some soldiers here, but before I can do that I'll need to do something against their air. So I increased the number of my Vikings, and after that I decided to make even more, because as a protection it's enough, but I need to attack soon. And I need this little location to be mine. So one by one I tried to destroy their air units. Meanwhile, as you can see, their bases get low resources, and the scene I wanted to get is now achieved. The only real base is here. All the other bases are like lost. And that's the point when I start winning, according to the resources. As you can see, the effective income is nearly the same as the blue Zerg, but here we try to trade and not always successfully because Vipers do their work, but fortunately for me, finally I built some turrets as in good old StarCraft2, and here are my siege tanks positioned well to destroy everything which is around. So now I have this important position, and all I need is just to destroy some more units here. So as you can see, 114 against my 140, and here is only 64. So the basic plan for winning this game was just to hold the position, then to go a bit ahead with turrets and siege tanks, and eventually when I'll have enough forces and they will get low on economy, I thought they might go here as well. So I decided that it's time to do something, and my first attempt was to go with some Vikings only. I checked their defense, I knew that they have something, but I didn't know how many. So I decided to check that. Okay, let's go to units again. As you can see, I have many siege tanks and liberators, while I still don't have enough Vikings. And let's see active forces. So in active forces I am nearly ahead, but I wanted to play it safe, and so I just took 5 Vikings and go harass their hatchery. Of course, it's a good thing to know how many forces does our enemy have. And the answer was really soon. Of course, I wasn't planning to fight against them, I only decided to know if he is still in power. And when I knew, I just retreated and let my siege tanks do everything for me. Only 2 siege tanks, but look how many kills this guy had. 1 siege tank, guys. I'll make a print screen of this. Okay. So now I feel comfortable. I know that I have enough forces, although I have really much minerals. I don't want to build just marines and so on. I decided that I need some more gas. You see that the geysers are nearly empty, so I decided to take these 2. And here another my attempt, just to see what happens if I go here. Of course 5 Vikings is not enough, but I wanted to see his army. So I see that nearly no units here, and I can go and attack. Some harasses. Now I understand that I probably have enough forces, and I need to do something. So the first thing I did is to clean the bases around. Some desperate moves from my opponent. And here is the cleaning. So there are 11 Vikings. I destroyed the hatchery, and as soon as it's destroyed I go next. I know that he might rebuild the hatchery, but it's okay. My point is to know how many units are still there and if I can attack now. Because if I see a giant army again, then I will not go. As you can see, the blue one still has an army, and I wasn't really ready for this fact because, according to my information, they are nearly empty. So all I need is just go and kill them, especially
Mineral
after
field
these
depleted.
great drops to my main base. Of course I had to react somehow, but it was really funny. So this guy decided that he needs to drop some workers just to take part in the attack. Of course it was ridiculous. When I see this move, I know that they are empty and it's time to attack. Unfortunately, I was a bit hurrying, and that didn't help me. So the first thing I did is just take some of my units and try to destroy the main base. If it's enough, then I probably am strong enough. If not, then, well, I can retreat with my medivacs. I see that this guy has nearly no forces, help myself with some auto turrets, and well, now I feel really comfortable, so this guy is probably dead, he can't protect himself, so I can go and destroy his main base, why not? The only thing I would like to mention here is that when these little creepy things go out, I probably retreat and try to kill them from distance, otherwise my siege tanks will hit me too. So here we see that I clean the base, but the blue one still has some kind of an army. I mean the dark blue one. This guy has nothing. After such a crazy destruction, I decided that okay guys, it's time to go. And at this point I had to destroy my missile turret because I couldn't get out. So now I'm ready, but here another army comes. And there are 7 autolists. So I lost some units here because my liberators weren't prepared, they were not in siege mode, so I lost some of my siege tanks. But in general it was okay, and after that I knew that Zerg is empty because his army wasn't really huge. 7 Ultralisk is an army, but well, it's not the limit. And all I needed to do then is just go with my siege tanks, then siege them somewhere, and wait while they destroy everything. So here, as you can see, they are empty, they have no income, well as me, but I decided to take this gas. And now, siege, destroy, go ahead, destroy. The last fight was totally lost, and let's go to units. So as you can see, they have almost nothing, and I have a nice army to go ahead. Heavy metal Terran is at your service. Okay, let's loot the APM. Now the APM is almost equal because I had almost nothing to do. Let's go to real speed because I think it's my mistake. As you can see, this guy destroyed 5 units. But I had enough workers and I had some gas from here, and here I have nothing. So okay. I have an army, I have everything, and they have nothing. So let's see what happens next. I see a problem, I siege tanks, and that's all. I see no problems. Something like this. And with Ravens there are no units underground which can deal me some damage. that's probably the end of this game. As I told you before, it was a really lazy game, because I wasn't trying to harass them all the time, I wasn't blocking them hard, I have only 3.5 bases, and that was enough to win the entire game, while they had 5, 6, 7, 8 bases. So 8 bases against 4 bases and so on. For Terran it's okay. Let's go to units. These liberators help me against their buildings, and all I had to do is just finish these guys. I built some Helions because I didn't know where to put my minerals, and I didn't want to build Marines. That was the reason. So easy win against the first guy. Now same thing against the second guy. Hit and run. I mean hit and go. -1. And now I have enough medivacs to go to the second guy. That was the end. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and see you in my next videos. Here is the video how I achieved 1 against 2 elite AIs. See you next time.